Let's go, bro. That you could imagine, man. We gonna rap about it, big dog. Oh, after Foots turned on his monetization, though. After he
Just want that damn money. You hear me? Hey, man.
What up, man?
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Yeah.
What's up with y'all? Man?
Hey, I got my effects too. We lit.
Did we lit? We lit. Now we really is lit right now. So look, let me set the stage, right? We all texting throughout the press conference, and we all feel the same way. We hype at what CP, and not just what CP saying, but what Schotty was saying too.
Yeah.
Some of the questions a little suspect, but we'll get to that. Foot's got a bone to pick with y'all. But
I do.
then after the presser was over, we still hype. Foots and Voch get on the horn. I hit up Voch. I'm like, hey, dog, I was gonna make a video, but
Scott, everybody had something to do, but we was like, hey, don't worry about it. We just got to do this right now.
Hey, we put our ducks in a row. We said, we gonna talk about this. Son, go upstairs. I'll talk to you later.
Man.
We'll read a story later. But right now, after hearing that brother talk,
come on.
Oh, we gotta talk about this.
We gotta talk about it. So, shouts out to everybody that is on every, Voch and Bar Live channel, Skywalker and Lee's channel, Footstaking's channel, checking us out. We're going to give y'all the raw. We haven't really talked about it at all behind the stage. We just been cutting up. So this is all raw reaction to CP's press conference, and let's get right into it, y'all. I mean, Foots, Voch, what kind of just off the top of y'all dome, the first thing that came to your mind?
First of all, let me say this. Shouts out to Schotty.
Yeah.
Me and Will still are back and forth on this a little bit. I'd be like, Sky, if Schotty pull this off and you get the winning results that you looking for, they gonna get that boy a Nobel Prize.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna give him a Nobel Prize. Just kind of being around different people in the building, you kind of learn that Jerry's willing to give you power. It's just up to you whether you use it or not. Mike McCarthy wasn't the cat that would use his power for real. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy had a lot of sway in terms of hiring people, draft process, player acquisition. And Mike was one of them coaches that's like, hey, I'm cool. Y'all do y'all thing, and I'll just coach my guys.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing about Schotty was, and I wasn't in the room, but you can connect the pieces, right? Schotty was like, hey, bro, this Eberflus thing ain't going to work. The process that we did last year wasn't going to work. We're going to talk to 40 people. He said 40.
40.
Talk to 40 people.
That was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do this thing the right way. We're going to be exhaustive. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear the differences. You can hear man, Flus ain't know where the hell Bland went to college at.
Don't even take that point because I'm ready to make it for you. Let me throw
a little alley for you there too. I feel like Schotty, I'm not saying he was throwing shots at Flus, but he was rightfully calling out, in my opinion, the things that Flus did not bring to the table. He didn't do it to come at Flus. He just did it to show and make a statement that, hey, these things are important. And I'm not going to come at the process that the front office went through last year publicly or at least as bluntly, but I'll say it subliminally. This matters. And I don't think it really mattered last year when we hired the guy that we hired, but this matters to me.
I tell you this, you know that what they say, you know what a Bentley look like until a Bentley pull up.
A Phantom,
what's that mean? What's that mean?
300 pull up. Yeah.
You know what a Phantom look like.
Chrysler 300 and a.
Well, hey, Flus wasn't even no damn Chrysler, bro.
I was about to say he might have been a kid. And listen, I got to do this.
Kia.
I got hey, Voch, I got to do this publicly. I gave Sky, we do shows, and I gave Sky hell all year. Well, maybe these players and the coaches, and I'm a coach at heart. So, and I said, man, dang, after hearing that brother talk, hey, within the first 5 minutes of him saying a couple words, number one, he's not on joke time. Number two, he's well studied. Number three, and we'll get to it still, he's ready. So I gave you hell a lot, man. Maybe these guys not picking up the scheme. To be honest with you, and we don't want to keep reopening the Matt Eberflus window. Well, you will. Yeah. Voch, I don't, because I want to move forward. But here's my thing, though, Voch. I will say this. Man, Matt had no plan. It was like you just going along with what they're giving you. And that's not, bro, sometimes, like, cause an argument. Cause tension.
Schotty said that.
Yeah, like we see Schotty off the man, I wanted this guy. I was tired until I heard his interview.
Yeah.
Bro, it's we don't have to always agree in the film room, in the scheme room. So to me, Sky, you were right. I give you full credence. Like, these guys didn't know what they were doing. And it's clear within listening to 5 minutes of this dude talk, you can tell the difference that the injection of energy that he's gonna bring. And he didn't. Like, we over the top right now because we're excited.
It wasn't fake at all.
Yeah.
That's who he is. It wasn't
fake. It wasn't over, no goofy jokes. It was, hey, I'm ready. Next question.
One of my favorite shows on the internet right now, Pop the Balloon. I love Pop the Balloon. You learn a lot about people. Pop the Balloon.
21. Is that 20v1?
It's similar, but no.
It's
Okay.
But what happens on there? What happens on there is somebody pop their balloon. Hey, why'd you pop your balloon? And they'll be like, well, he says he plays video games, right? I don't want to be with nobody that play video games. I don't want to be with nobody that ain't got a job. Da, 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 da. You learn a lot about their exes just listening to them talk. To Will Steele's point, when Schotty was up there talking about the things that makes Christian Parker great, he was saying, man, look, dog, the communication, man, the we all on the same, we all on the same page, we all locked in, we all want multiple things, we want this and this and this and this. And Schotty had a long list of things that he was looking for. And not only did Christian Parker meet that, right? But when they was talking to the other coaches, I'm on Schotty still. We're gonna talk about CP all day. We can't walk past Schotty and what he said. I actually got a clip here, Will. Still, we're not doing that now. Yep. We're talking about building a program similar to what they did on offense. Let me see this clip number 4. All right, y'all listening. Why did?
Said, like we told all the cans when they came in, for us, we felt like last year we were able to build a program on offense, and we wanted to build a program on defense where you're self-sustaining. You've got great coaches, and when we win, which we're going to win, and we're going to compete for Super Bowls, people come after your staffs. You look at what Seattle and some of those teams are dealing with right now, and you want to have the infrastructure and the people underneath to where you promote from within more times than not. And so
that's so important. That's so important.
Voch, can I ask you a question?
Please.
How does this first of all, since we stand on Schotty, my God, he has not changed his message at all. He is not, and I'm big on that because, like, okay, don't start waffling when things get harder.
Yeah,
he's actually been more of who he is. So let me ask you this, Voch. He mentioned it. Where does this rank right now with the Clayton Adams hire for you? And not to hijack, Scott, because I know you quarterbacking this.
Oh, it's very no, ain't nobody quarterback. We just going.
Okay.
In terms of, I'm looking for somebody that's in demand. That's what I think most important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just have a friend. You know what I mean? Like, if I get hired to go be the DC, I just can't call y'all. I love y'all, but I just can't call y'all.
I mean, yes, you can.
I can.
I coach your DBs up. You see me at the Senior Bowl. I coach your DBs up. What's up?
Ridiculous call, man.
At least let me feel the roster first, so y'all can come in and pass the water out of something.
Nah, bro, you need to let us know you got some Rooney Rule interviews coming up, and then you really the guy, but I got some Roonies coming, all right?
No, but it's like this ain't just, oh well, we know Flus, let's just go bring in Flus. Yeah. He was one of the hottest, and Schotty said, I ain't got this clip. Schotty said, I had this dude name written down for a long time. Everybody been talking about this dude, Christian Parker. And I finally got a chance to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And they're building the whole situation amongst, we're hiring one of the best dudes in the league. Clayton Adams was one of those guys. They had to have a bidding war promotion type thing to get Clayton Adams away from what's the name. Hey, yo, Clayton, fine, we'll make it offense coordinator. Fine, please, come on with us. I see the same thing in Christian Parker. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, you're hiring the best dude. So it's got to be right there. And you saw results with Clayton immediately. I expect us to see results with Christian Parker immediately.
I think it's identical. It's the exact process they did with the Clayton Adams. And I want to say Schotty alluded to that when he said, last year we had this extensive, exhausting process and it was deliberate. And the crazy thing is what he said about the defense, he said about the offense, in that we want to build something that's sustainable whenever we win a Super Bowl, win championships, that, teams are going to come poach your staff, a la like he said with the Seattle Seahawks. He said that about the offense, and he built it that way. And now I know Steve Shimko's not here anymore, but Clayton Adams, even our offensive line coach and Connor Riley, these guys are guys that are able to step step into the OC role if need be, although Clayton is already the guy. But if Clayton moves on, Connor Riley could have been a guy. Shimko was one. And then they'll continue to build it that way. The Cowboys defensively haven't done that. Offensively, they've done that because I think the Joneses, Jerry at the very, least, valued offense more. And he's always picked his successor before the head coach damn near, right? Jason Garrett. He's going to be the successor he's OC. He's going to be a successor to head coach. I'm sorry. What's my man's name over there in the Saints right now? He's gone now, the little pipsqueak boy. No. Kellen Moore was picked.
Pipsqueak should have gave it away.
Pipsqueak should give it. Kellen Moore was the successor.
I don't know how tall Clint Kubiak is. I don't know how tall. Go ahead.
Look, Kellen gone now. I done took him out my memory. But Kellen Moore was a successor before, McCarthy even got here. So offensively, they've done these things. Defensively, they have not, man. It's always been kind of older guy. You're the head coach. You're the defensive coordinator, and they weren't grooming these other coaches. You go look at how Christian Parker picked his defensive coordinating staff, like his staff. We talked about it on a collective. We're like, hey, man, I think he's doing this deliberately, or Schotty at the least, to build a farm system in case he is so good, he gets a head coaching job. Or hell, he's so good, one of his guys get a defensive coordinator job so the next guy can step up. There's so many, young up-and-coming coaches. You can pick of the litter to be your next defensive coordinator if you had success. So this was definitely done on purpose.
Scott, if the Cowboys win a Super Bowl because of this and Christian Parker leaves, hey, man, I appreciate you, dog.
Shouts out to you.
I appreciate these 2 years you was here, dog. You turned this thing around in 2 years.
And not only that, Voch, but Derek Ansley, go ahead and run the defense, because that would have mean that your secondary has success. Right. Who's my guy from SMU who I was watching in his clinic? I think he would be in line as well. And to your point, still, he said that about Ansley in the press conference. He was like, they were asked, hey, with you not being able to spend so much time now in the DB room. And I love how candid that answer was. So do you have that one, Voch, or because I can play it back? I remember that one. So basically he was asked, for those of you watching, he was asked, okay, now you have the whole defense. And I'm paraphrasing here.
Sure.
Is it going to be hard for you not to keep your eyes on the DB room? He was candid, like, bro, yes, it's going to be hard, but I trust Derek Ansley. I trust Ryan Smith. I trust how they develop. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, I wrote that one down too, because
you wrote it down. So that's crazy.
Voch he brought it up on the break, and he brought it up before where, how can you shout out to Voch and brought on the break? He was like,
yo, Scott, I did, didn't I?
You did, bro. And actually, your boy said another question.
Oh, so all I see what's going on.
He was sitting right next to me when I said it, didn't he?
Your boy, what's his name?
Hey, Vochie, let me talk to him. Hey, Vochie. Scott. Oh, we being messy.
That was a good question. Okay. Scott, that was a good question. Tommy asked. That's the same question I asked on the break, and he was sitting right next to me. Huh? That was
a good question.
You say they selling some re-rock, huh? Hold this is not Blue Magic.
Step on it, bro.
I told him to keep the question. I told him to keep it. But I did.
See, let me tell you, Voch good at this, man. Because when it was my turn to ask the questions back at training camp, me and Voch had a breakfast. We had a breakfast to go over some questions, right?
And a sheet of paper like this, and we was brainstorming. All right, Scott, you do 3. I'm gonna do 3.
Yeah, we gonna come together for 2 good ones.
We gonna come together.
And it was a good one.
Scott. I love Scott. And Scott went out there and asked
the question.
A damn Voltron question composed of 5 ideas for Mike McCarthy, and it worked out.
And my man said, "Just like anything, that's a good question right there. That's a good question."
He said, "Good question." Let me give you a DeMarco, Scott. Hold on. He was like, "Well, that's a hell of a question." Sound like, look, Mike McCarthy. I almost said, "Damn, it sounded like 2 people came up with it."
I said, "I know."
In other words, I don't get these types of questions often.
No, I mean, you saw some of the questions at the presser. Some of them cool. Some of them was like, "Hey, dog, I don't care about if you saw Netflix."
We gonna get to that.
I don't care. Christian Parker, although he did talk about the Netflix, I don't care that he saw the Netflix documentary.
Oh, bro, why did you watch HBO? Did you watch Hard Knocks? He like, I try not to watch that stuff. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to take y'all goofy positions because I coach. I do this.
He was probably busy reading something. reading some war book on how the Mongols took over some country or something. He wasn't thinking
Bro,
about
the stoicism, bro. When he talked about that, I'm like, oh nah, he knows something for real. He knows something for real, bro.
I must say, I didn't think that he was gonna answer questions about a scheme at all.
He
really
didn't run from it at all.
I thought he was like, yeah, you're gonna look at some things, but he said, hey, look, here's what we're doing, and he said this.
Yeah, well, the first thing is we're going to be multiple. I think that whenever you form a defensive structure, it's about the players that you have. So core principles, I mean, will be a 3-4 by nature, but 4-3 spacing will be appropriate. 4-2-5 in nickel, different front structures, coverages behind it. But I would say being multiple is probably the most important thing about it.
Can we stay here?
So basically, and Flush, you could tell me if I'm wrong.
That's the headliner.
Can we stay here?
That's the one right there. We're gonna do what we're good at, and that's something that Clayton Adams said when we talked to him on draft day last year. He's like, man, we're not gonna do nothing that we bad at on purpose.
On purpose, yeah.
And look, it sounds crazy. You're like, why would a coach do something that we bad at? But we just lived in a world where our coach did shit that we was bad at for 18 weeks, 17, 18 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, whatever. But he says base 3-4 is what it's going to look like, right? You know what I'm saying? So basically, we're going to be big in the middle and we're going to be fast on the outside. But when he says 4-3 spacing, that's interesting, right? So in my mind, what that means to me is it won't be a 0. It'll be a 1 or a shade nose type guy. You're probably going to have some upfield 3-tech type dude. We're going to be playing in gaps as opposed to like 2 gapping. Like pure 3-4 shit is like stacking the shit and I'm head up on you 0-2-4s or whatever. But you're going to be spaced out as if it was a 4-3 as a 3-4 base with a 4-2-5 nickel, which your 4-2-5 will be closer to a 4-3 anyway. So it's really all the same shit. It's just the job that you're asking them to do. And that's kind of where we at now. We got 3 defensive tackles that can play. We got Donovan Ezraku that can rush. We'll add another dude and hopefully another that can rush and all that. And sound good to me, man.
We talked about this, Voch.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna see odd fronts. So get ready, y'all. And now you're gonna see scheme around odd front. So you're gonna see that penny front. You may see one linebacker in there.
Hold on. You can't just gloss over that.
Say it again.
You're gonna see penny front,
scheme
around
the odd fronts because well, Flus was like, here's five down linemen.
You're right.
But what nothing schemed around that. But
just line up, just go on outside and play.
Just go play.
That's what he did.
Yeah, you're gonna see. So I've been doing an extensive deep dive on it in Fangio stuff. I know that's Sky's guy. He was talking about Fangio 3 years ago. Shout out to you still. And I think what Cowboys fans need to understand is you are going to see 5 down linemen, but the nickel. So how he explained you covered the front end, no, not the front end, but you covered the down lineman, right? And you're right, but I don't think they're gonna get a fat guy here. I think they want to create one-on-ones on the line. Cool.
Quinn Williams is all they need in the middle.
Exactly.
I think they got enough DTs. I don't think they're going to bring in more of that. They don't need it. They have their Carter, if you will, and Jordan Davis, if you will. Granted, they don't got us mountain like Jordan Davis, but they got enough.
Exactly. But what he said,
real fast. Watch this. Here you go.
I think you have different ways of doing that. 5 down is one of them. There's some different 4 down structures you can do that with as well. There's 6 down presentations you can do that with as well. So like I said earlier, the defensive line and winning the game up front is significant. So how we can change the math and get our best players on the field will always be a part of what we do.
Change the math is crazy.
Change the math.
Luke never said change the math and presentation.
I don't fool with gravy.
Grits and gravy. No,
I don't even like grits.
We're gonna change the math. There's some 6 down presentations that we can do.
Man, and what he said to me, right, y'all, in all seriousness, what he said about the safety position. Do you have that clip, Voch? What he said, you're gonna be a linebacker sometimes, you're gonna be this sometimes.
That was the nickel.
That was nickel, yeah.
That was interesting to me because it's like, oh, he got really passionate about this position. And we know it's an important position, but is this going to be more highlighted than I thought coming in? You know what I mean?
And so that's what I took from this guy because one, the way he explained it, I'm like, bet he's really smart, but he's gonna go in that meeting room and be like, look, dude, I'm gonna find which one of you jokers can do what I'm asking you to do, be a dog. And he even said, he was like, bro, let's not make this complicated. Who was the first person that you picked when you played throw up tackle or something like that. Was one of those references.
Yeah, he did.
And it's like that lets me know moving up for Caleb Downs may be on the cards because that position or getting a guy who can do those things. So now you can stay in those structures and still cover and stop the run. Because let's be honest, Voch, if they want to run that 4-2-5, you're going to need a nickel that can come down and be physical versus the run.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to just have a light dude back there. He got to be able to stop the run at sometimes set an edge. Man, this is exciting, bro. This is exciting.
The 4-3-3-4 conversation has been so interesting the last decade because I think it has shifted from you called it an old man term. Back, 15, 20, 30 years ago, there was a drastic difference in 3-4-4-3. I don't think there is anymore from a personnel standpoint. Granted, some teams still do lean to that. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, very heavy in that. Even Philly, low key, they're very heavy in their guys up front. But when he said 4-3-4 by nature, I do think there will be a slight shift in personnel. I do think he's probably going to want eventually, maybe not at this moment because you can't do anything about the DTs you have here. He might want some more traditional edges. I don't call them edges. 3-4-5 technique type guys that can slide and do some 4-eye things, which your DTs can do. But we know in the 4-3, you got your edge rushers on the line of scrimmage. Right, attacking. The 3-4, those kind of 5-tech guys, 4-eye guys are trying to keep those edge rushers clean. Let the edge guys hunt or the stand-up outside linebackers hunt. I do think we'll see some of that base. But then when he says 4-3 spacing, I think
that was interesting.
Yeah, I think he's talking about what Voch was saying. I think there'll be times where you'll see traditional 1-3. And even more importantly, if you go look at some of the Philly stuff, you'll see Josh Sweat wide 9. You'll see Hassan Reddick. He's out wide. Like these guys are going to be widening their stance so they can get after the quarterback. And hopefully these 5 techs, if you want to call it 4-eye guys, can keep the backers clean. So I think it's going to be interesting in how they deploy it. I think you'll see the 3-4, by nature in rundowns. And he talked about a lot of this league is nickel. So when you see 3-4-4-3, don't get caught up too much into it unless your team is building their front in that way, meaning they're getting that 350-pound nose tackle. They're getting a 6'5", 295-pound 5-tech. They're wanting to get bigger up front. Dallas doesn't have the traditional 5s right now. They can go draft them, but I do think a guy like Izarok who can stand up, if they bring back a clown and he can stand up, if they draft some stand-up guys, I do think you'll see a shift in personnel when he says that by nature part.
Also, too, let's be real. Like they're gonna be playing nickel 70% of the time.
A lot, yeah.
So you a 4-2-5 defense at that point.
That's what he brought up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ain't even
or that
nothing
penny, like you said.
Sure. So you may not be looking for edges that's 280 pounds. Keldrick Falk. You know what I'm saying? You might just be looking for Falk. Of course you do. You might just be looking for different types of guys, but man, I wouldn't overthink the scheme because at the end of the day, like. And we can actually do this one day. Just think about it, man. Who on this team do we think Christian Parker sees as a part of the equation next year?
Oh,
like who's on the roster right now that he was looking at and saying, "Hey, man, we're gonna build guys around them." You know what I'm saying? Of course, the 3 tackles or whatever, right? But what does he think about Donovan Ezra? What does he think about guys like Maris? You know what I mean? Does Maris even have a shot right now? Overshown. Like, what are his plans for those guys? They could have asked questions like that. They could have followed up with a question like that. But
I just want to put a pin in what both of y'all just said. Y'all just talked about 3-4 different things.
Yeah.
Think about how much the O-line and the offensive scheme has to think about now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what we struggle with.
You get what I'm saying? You get like just
think
about that, Scott. You just talked
looks.
about, like you said, when Josh Sweat was going that super wide 9. What does that do to the tackles rules? Voch, you O-line guy. What does that do to his rules when they running pin pull? Oh, I gotta go reach this guy.
Changes it.
Yeah, and so that's the point of being multiple. I just wanted to make that point. I don't want to forget that point, Scott.
That word right there, we're breaking down the basics of 3-4-4-3, but it's the multiplicity. He said we're going to be a multiple team, but by nature, yes, 3-4, but you're going to see a ton of different looks, which he said is going to pair with what they do in the back end. So that's the disguise stuff that you broke down a lot, Foots. It's not going to be one thing. I'm glad it's going to be more multiple. We had something similar in regards to multiplicity in Dan Quinn. We were multiple, but we were not an eye front by nature. Yeah. Right? We weren't. If we had a Christian Parker, Vic Fangio type of mindset when during the Dan Quinn era, you would have saw Micah be a stand-up outside linebacker.
And let's be honest. Still, one thing you said to me all the time about Fangio that we love is that the reason why Dak struggles versus that scheme is because it gives you no tells. You can't look at it pre-snap and be like, "Dang, I know where I'm going with the ball," or "Dang, it's those post-snap movements," and like that stuff is. I'm just ready for that, and then the play calling. Let's be honest. When's the last time we've had I don't think we were alive that we've had a defensive play call. Maybe some of what Zimmer would do with the A-gap stuff. But when was the last time we had a defensive play caller? Somebody who could give you an advantage on defense. Haven't had it.
Wade or something.
I think DQ has some moments.
I think DQ coach. I've been waiting to go off on this guy. This isn't against you. I think DQ coached hustle. I think he coached
Rod for sure.
Yeah, running the ball. And that's good, but like, bro, that's the bare minimum.
You talking about like McDonald type stuff?
That what I'm talking about. Because think about it. Think about what Mike McDonald did to San Fran.
I think we got the black Mike. I think we got the.
Come on. We said it about Cleveland Adams, bro. Think about this, guy. Hold
on, Tom. I stepped on that. Do it again, Scott. What you say? What you say?
We got Whack Arnold's.
Hey, bro. Let me ask you this though. Still, all seriousness,
Michael Whack Arnold is.
Hey, dog. But in all seriousness,
hey man, Calvin.
Calvin got his job.
Calvin got a job. Christian got a job, bro. That's what they gonna be saying across the league, man. Christian, man, Whack Arnold's job.
Bro, let me ask y'all a question.
My bad foot.
Whenever we play San Francisco, do y'all ever feel like we're gonna win?
Win on a clipboard, no, but in general, not lately.
I always feel like we're gonna win, but I always feel like we're gonna get out coached though.
There you go. So like, think about it. What has Mike McDonald literally done to that San Francisco team? It's like, well, he knows these jokers want to get in 12 to throw the ball. He takes that away. We have not had. We're sitting there looking like, dang, Matt Eberflus, you giving them all this easy access. Well, they're just gonna throw hitches. They're just gonna throw end breakers, bro. I feel like Christian Parker is smart enough to be like, well, you're not doing that. Whatever you're good at today, you're not going to do that. How many times have we watched the offense do what you know what I'm saying, Scott? Like what they're good at, and they still beat us doing what they're good at. It's like, dang, y'all, like, what film are y'all watching? What? And he just kept saying, man, we building this around our players and what they do.
They said we got Mike McDowell's.
See, look, they're at McDonald's. We're
McDonald's.
Hey man, I love y'all boys. I actually muted up to go find the clip about nickel corners. Scott, this ain't in my log, but it's on my YouTube. Tell me if you can hear this, Scott. Oh, hold on, I got it. Damn,
you got it muted.
Okay, here we go. Boom.
Nothing. Wait,
I heard something.
Yeah, so
it wasn't. Yeah.
Do you have it muted? You know, the tab muted.
Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
Okay.
New plan. I got you. Go ahead.
All good. He'll figure it out. You talking about that nickel clip?
Yes, I found it. Talk about nickel real quick.
The crazy thing about the nickel clip is, like I told the guys in the back, I have my 2-year-old running around while I'm trying to listen to this thing, and I'm sitting there like, settle down. So, there's some important things going on right now. And I heard him talk, and I don't know who he's talking about, so I had to run it back. Because I thought he was talking about maybe safety, like you alluded to, Foots, or another position. I ran it back, and he said nickel. I was like, oh, my antennas perked up. Because for me, I felt like he might have been a little passionate about the safety position when he talked about, or maybe even the cornerback position, because, obviously he coached it. But the nickel, I wonder if the nickel is going to be, I always call it the star position, that guy that does a lot of different things. I wonder if he's going to be the branch type dude or the Minka type. I know these are safeties, but those guys do everything, right? They're coming up playing the slot. They might drop back deep. They're playing the run. And if you listen to Deron Bland when he explained it, or listen to Jordan Lewis when he explained it, they talk about just how important that position is from a communication standpoint and responsibility standpoint. And CP laid it all out there.
He did. I love that, bro. Like, I love the fact that he would like you said, I don't know which one of y'all was just like, I couldn't believe he talked about scheme, but like he not only did he talk about it, he was like, this is who we're gonna be. Like it was a very all right, let me just take a step back.
He was Schotty. Remember how when we asked Schotty about scheme? Schotty go into it was the same thing with Christian Parker. You ask him one little question, he'll rattle off 5 minutes of shit that you probably never heard.
Real fast.
Football stuff we've never heard.
Yeah.
That
You gotta
those
watch.
people in those what never heard.
Real fast. Let me know. Shit. Okay.
Go ahead, Foots. Okay.
My bad, hold on.
You good?
No. We ain't got it. Go ahead.
So I love y'all, boy. So here, but I'm gonna say this though.
How important is that piece to you?
Very important.
Bow. We
Yeah,
got
very important. That guy, he's a corner
Start
sometimes,
over,
he's
Bot.
safety, sometimes he's a backer, sometimes he's
Shit,
a
he just
You've
started.
had pretty talented nickels at most of your spots in the NFL. How important is that piece to you?
very important. Yeah, very important. That guy, he's a corner sometimes, he's a safety, sometimes he's a backer, sometimes he's a defensive end when he's blitzing. You want to have a guy who has natural instincts and ability to feel the game and play football. He's usually a guy who, if you were playing football on a Saturday afternoon in the neighborhood, he's your first round draft pick, just because he feels the game naturally. So that's definitely an important dynamic of the defense.
when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, this nickel thing is for real with him. Like, you just don't come up with that type of analogy. Like, when you go out playing free for all and that's the first person you bet or something, like, that's crazy. You wouldn't expect him to say that about nickel. I actually thought when I missed it, he was talking about Demo for some odd reason. Because he was talking about, a guy that he used to play safety, do some cover things, blitz. But he's talking about nickel.
Yeah.
Now my eyes are on these nickel guys in free agency, potentially, unless they think Deron Bland can,
I was gonna say something. I don't think Deron Bland can do it, but we'll talk.
So let me ask y'all this.
Not that, Sky. Not be your bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll talk. I'm gonna let you sleep
you
on
know
that
how
one.
I feel about Deron Bland at this point is he don't exist.
He ain't safe. Yeah. So listen, he just described what he want his nickel corner to look like. And that don't sound like a corner. It sounds like a safety that can cover, that can come up the top.
So you get my Minka Brian Branch comparison.
I've been trying to say for a couple weeks now, I don't think the Cowboys are as heavy in the corner market as they are in the safety market.
Bro,
I think they about to be stupid aggressive in the safety market. Because Donovan Wilson probably not even come back no way.
No.
They ain't saying nothing about Malik. And I think your new nickel guy ain't going to be a corner. I think nickel corner is another term that's about to be whatever it is. You got a nickel player now.
Ooh. Hold on.
Can he play on the roof a little bit, Voch?
Huh?
Can this player play on the roof as well?
He gonna play I shout you out on one of these damn shows. I said, so look, so you need a dude that can do all that. So when people say, do we draft a corner?
We've come full circle. We've been talking about saying this for years, Scott. Come on, dog.
I'm praying you're right.
Voch. This is unreal.
So look, so
my bad, John.
So no, you look. So when people ask, yo, Voch, you think we draft a corner and put Bland at nickel? I don't think Bland's the nickel that they looking for.
Nope.
Might have been. But Bland ain't linebacker sometimes, safety sometimes, guys. Caleb Downs is. Dylan Thieneman is.
Thieneman.
Mika Fitzpatrick.
Mika can do it, yeah.
Mika can do it.
I'm with you. I don't know how they come out of it if they keep the picks. Out of the first round, not getting a safety. That fits. Do you think the division, I almost said division, FBS kid, McNeil?
McNeil Warren,
yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah. So I think again they got two shots at it, and I don't give at this point. If you get wiped out at 12, I don't care about the whole reach factor. Get your guy if you believe the guy. But if you don't go after a Minka, who something we could bring up, or we could do our own videos on it, but you don't get a guy like Minka, I do think you have to be ultra aggressive in getting that type of player in the first round. Yeah. I don't care if you got a second round pick on him. You got to get it.
Yeah. So there's two lines of thinking still. And I was going to ask you one of these days, pull up when we did our On the Clock series and we talked about what's my guy in Philly, White Chocolate. I like him. He could play. Reed. Not Reed.
Cooper DeJean.
Cooper. Remember, I remember us vividly talking about him in that class, him, Quinyon, right?
Yeah.
People got to remember, just in case y'all don't, Christian Parker was very instrumental in saying, hey, man, you probably a really good corner, probably can do it, but you are
instrumental is crazy.
But you are you're gonna come in, you're gonna get paid doing this because you could tackle, you athletic as crap, you can run the alley, and you
There
could
was
cover.
some safety talk with him too. I remember
And
that.
it was, but you know what's so crazy, Sky? We always talk about this. Certain players in the draft, and now we change this to a draft bag. I don't like them in certain spots. Why? Will the coach use them a certain way? I always felt like this with quarterbacks. I like you with McVay. I don't like you with this OC. Now that we have
can you
Voch
develop
just
that
played
guy
the kid.
too?
So Voch just played the clip, in my opinion. When you have a guy who knows he could just articulate, he's not gonna have no problem articulating to the scouts. This is what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. If he was able to articulate that, how many times have we come to press conferences? Well, he has the upside. Yeah, there you go. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly done some of that. We don't want to. Christian Parker, no, he's gonna be a linebacker sometimes. He's gonna be a DN
flexibility.
Sometimes.
That was one of the things, right? Can he play? Can he play ball? Is he a ball player?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and we'll find it. And that's something that CP talked about in his interview is that, look, everything's not going to be strictly scheme based. We're going to find out what you do best and how we can make that fit in the scheme if you're a part of this organization. If you're not, because maybe there's going to be some guys who are like, hey, look, I'm cool off him. Sam Williams, I'm cool. Right. And maybe they don't see nothing in Sam. Maybe they don't see nothing in bringing back a Donovan Wilson type. But whoever is a part of this thing, they may not be a 100% fit. Not saying that you're fitting a square peg in a round hole, but we're going to find your strengths and make it fit in our scheme. Absolutely. If that means you only play 45% of the snaps, you play 45% of the snaps, but that 45% is going to be 100% of what you do best.
Christian Parker on his core beliefs.
Definitely want to, stop the run and affecting the quarterback. I think are the two most important things you can do. You affect the quarterback by stopping the run. Sometimes affecting the quarterback comes through pressure. Sometimes it comes through disguise. Sometimes it comes through just the talent that you're able to have and the ability to play, the play style. But I think those two things are where it starts. Because if you can stop the run, you can get teams in predictable downs on second, get back on track, and then third and longs, then you have more schematic versatility. If we're playing a whole bunch of third and twos and third and threes, usually those aren't.
Schematic versatility is what I was looking for. Schematic versatility. Hey, man, what you good at, bro? I got a package for you. Hey, dog, I ain't gonna have you on this, but I got something for you, bro.
And look, I'm not saying, we're not saying this is 100% guaranteed to work. I do not know. But what I can tell you, one thing for sure, two things for certain. The way that Schotty and Jerry for letting Schotty are going about this thing, and the way that Christian Parker, all we know is what he has said, but what he is saying, I think gives us a little bit more hope that this defense will eventually turn around, and maybe quicker than we think, than previous regime. I think last year was a whole lot of hope. And me included, a whole lot of hope. And I even said, look, man, yeah, he has some track record in regards to Flus of having success, but ultimately, when you really look at it, you got to get him guys. Like you have to get him guys, because there is no, oh man, Flus coached up this guy, or Flus developed this. That never was the thing coming out of Chicago or elsewhere. It was, hey man, this is a scheme. He got guys that fit this scheme. It'll work if you get it. What are you hearing about CP? Man, he develops. He communicates. He even when he talked about you're getting pulled away from your DBs, how do you supplement that? That's why we hired Ansley, Ryan Smith, Muschamp. I got faith in those guys. Yeah, it's going to be tough to make sure that my eyes aren't pulled there, but they are going to be responsible for helping what? Develop. I don't know if I heard the word develop under Flus. Again, I'm not trying to make this a Flus knock thing, but I didn't hear that. And so maybe as fans, we might have to be a little patient because there's going to be some, growing pains with the development, but that comes with being young, where I think last year with Zim is like, look, you've been around a block. You have to coach these guys up better than being the fourth worst defense of all time. I'm sorry.
And then look, just to be clear, Christian Parker could be a genius, but let me just be clear. I don't expect this thing to be elite fresh out the wrapper. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I
That's
expect
why I
to be,
say take your time, right?
I expect it to be so much better, but you can't expect elite fresh out the box. In year 3, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike McDonald been in Seattle for 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so,
bro, 2
years?
Second year, bro.
Second year. And
they showed those signs last year. It was the offense.
They won 10 games.
Let's show signs this year with this offense, because they don't have the offense we had. Let's show signs this year. and that's the business, dog.
I'm gonna tell you, Sky just rattled off the names, Ansley and Ryan Smith,
yeah,
who also develop.
I don't know.
People got to remember, look at those corners in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Melton, Michigan kid. They got good returns.
Jalen Thompson, the safety. I like him too.
Yeah, like Ryan Smith has been around some rooms. You don't think Ryan Smith is looking at this like, yeah, you don't think that him and Ansley looking at this like, man, we turn this group around, we go down in legendary history. And the thing is, they probably, and I know I do this a lot, they probably looking at it like, bro, these dudes just was putting these guys in bad predicaments. Like, we do this thing, and not us on this screen, but we do this thing where we just don't use common sense sometimes. And the common sense part of it is like, hey, man, you never saw Revel play 10 yards off the ball. Well, we're going to do that. Hey, man.
Did you hear his take on the man zone thing?
Wait to dive into that one. Yeah. I got to go re-listen. But even think about, that's why I said I owed you an apology, Scott, because it's like, he was just like, go ahead, Scott.
Paraphrasing, he was basically saying, if you play man very well, we're going to do things, for you in this scheme.
And that other question came after that.
If you play zone, that's what you do well. We're going to do zone things for you so you can play well. And he ain't say, I don't like grits or gravy. He ain't say that.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't want to go back on the Flus thing. That's Voch's stick. I'm gonna let him.
And then, but I'm gonna do you one. Can I do you one better though? Still, can
hold on, Flus. Man,
I'm gonna do.
It pissed me off last year, y'all. When we have a good defensive game against some bum ass team for the most part. I mean, yes, later in the year when we got Quentin, but we had that game. I think it was against Washington, y'all.
Yeah, we had a good
he said, so how's it, how's it feel? He said, I mean, it feels good when everybody listening.
I'm sick of Flute.
It feels good when everybody doing what I tell them to do. Like,
right.
That's what it is. All right, bro.
I just think too, like,
so we trash because they ain't listening. Nah,
because they ain't listening to you. Okay. They can't hear.
I think too, like, bro, what he said about Savon Revel playing, man, it's like, that's what I'm just saying. Like, man, success leave clues, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, they have different strengths. Definitely evaluated Revel last year in the draft process. Had one of his teammates at Denver, Jaquan McMillan from ECU, so kind of had a little bit of intel there. But his ability to erase receivers in press coverage. He's very aggressive in run support, and he has the long speed and athletic traits that you want at the position. Obviously coming off.
Stop it. Pause it. Can I?
Yes. Imagine you caught the same shit I caught.
Imagine your DC saying that to the public. Imagine the confidence. Come on, bro. It's mind games. He up there playing Jedi mind tricks. Are y'all catching this?
He said
Rebel watching
to erase
run support, and he has the long speed and press coverage. He's very aggressive in run support.
Couple back. But he said his ability to erase in press coverage. Again, how often did you see that? And he wasn't out there long. Yeah. But how often did you see it, bro? Not much. And I don't know. Is it me, chat? Y'all let me know. I don't know. I don't know why Revel was getting this weird reputation off of like 5 games. I don't think he was as bad as everybody's making out. He was a 3rd round pick because of his knee. It was a serious knee injury. It took some time. I thought he showed traits in some games to say that there is something to build on there. I felt way more positive about Revel coming out of last year than negative, but it seems like the mindset around him is a negative one for Revel, and I just don't get that one. I don't know what I'm missing. Fill it in for Bland.
I feel way worse about Bland
for sure
than I do about Revel's gonna be fine. Revel, you hear Matt Eberflus talk about, bro, this dude just came in right away. He can erase guys. I talked to such and such about him, and we saw that on film. It was just like, bro, we were so disjointed, and these jokers didn't believe. Yeah. And I get it. I get it. When you hear somebody like this, hey, if you want to be on this team, you're going to play it this way. And here's why. Because I taught Pat Surtain how to play this way, and he's a Pro Bowler. Because I taught Quinyon Mitchell, who first year in the league, it's not going to take long if you listen. The scheme is going to get you through. But if you want to do it your way, you out of here. I love it, bro.
That can't go unnoticed either. I don't know how much this affected when DQ was here, because DQ was much older. He was a grandpop at that point.
Yeah.
But DQ won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So DQ can go in his first year, granted not his first year calling defense, but his first year and say, hey, this is what worked when I won the Super Bowl in Seattle. This will work when I went to the Super Bowl in Atlanta. Now he said, I'm going to take those two things, what I did good, what I did bad, and I'm gonna mix it. Parker can come in and say, I just helped win a part of a Super Bowl organization. I helped game plan for a Super Bowl defense. Number one defense in the NFL, by the way, right? Well, number one pass defense that took two rookies. Two rookies that played a huge role in what they did. We took motherfucking JC, was it Seahorn at safety, Reed Blankenship, and had him be serviceable guy.
I just picked up one.
Jason Seahorn at safety. We
White
ain't
chocolate.
seen that many.
Some
Jason Seahorn. Matter of fact, they got two Jason Seahorns. How many teams you know got two Jason Seahorns and have success? Not many.
Bad white boy.
So he could go in that room and be like, yeah, man, this is what. And the other thing, again, we rambling, but we just giving our thoughts here.
Yeah.
I like that motherfucker's demeanor.
Yeah.
He come up,
We
he
can
don't
talk
play no
about that
games.
for 30 minutes.
They wanted to tell jokes so bad to lighten up the room, and he was like, I'm not gonna.
But it wasn't arrogant.
Nope.
It wasn't standoffish. It wasn't like my door's closed. What I say goes. It was just, it was thorough.
They tried to somebody asked, have you met Schotty before? He was like, yeah, I met Schotty 5 years ago doing some little shit. And Schotty tried to make a joke, and Christian was talking, and Christian didn't stop to let Schotty get the joke off. He just kept talking. He demanded the exchange and kept talking. I'm like, man, Voch would have shut the hell up right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have shut the hell up right. He's talking. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to see a stark contrast to presser interviews with DC and head coach and Voch, we got inside knowledge on the whole McCarthy Zimmer thing. So, go look.
McCarthy was scared of Zimmer, man. You scared of that man.
But if you can see what Zimmer was saying, go look at Zimmer's press conference with Mike McCarthy. Go watch Mike McCarthy. Mike ain't want nothing to do with that shit. Mike was all the way out there. They say, hey, Mike, finally got a question for you. He said, I don't want to talk. Keep talking. And there was a reason why. And then go look at Schotty and CP.
Schotty's a winner.
It's a totally different feel and vibe and respect and energy that I think those two guys, will play off each other very, very well. And I think that's important. And, when you go into a lame duck season and you get a defensive coordinator thrown at him, and I'm not coming at McCarthy for this. This wasn't him. He didn't pick Zim. That's the problem, right? He didn't. And then Schotty didn't pick Flus. That's why Jerry Jones comes out and say, hey, I had to take a step back and look at not just how I was doing things with Flus, but beyond Flus. The way I'm going about this is not working. And you know who put that in his head, in my opinion? Schotty. Schotty went them and said, this is how the way I did it offensively. You see the success I had? That success can be sustainable if I leave, if Clayton leaves, if Riley leaves, it can be sustainable. We need to do that on the defensive side. I think that's why you see a change.
Jerry wasn't even there.
Well, he wasn't there. He wasn't there for Zim either, though. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
I was gonna try to hype Schotty up again.
It was close. I thought that too until somebody brought it up. I said, you know what? That's right. He wasn't there for Zim.
Yeah, he did.
Listen to Schotty, bro. If we being real, y'all, Christian Parker just sounds like an extension of Schotty.
Yes,
you do.
Which is what you want out of your coaching staff.
Yep.
You don't want that. You want alignment.
Foots, we said this on the collective.
Alignment.
For too many years, this team has felt like two teams: offensive team and the defense.
Yes, bro.
It never felt like one. Bro, and again, I hate to always look at the very last Super Bowl winner, but boy, that Seattle team was one.
Yeah,
it was one from the top down. Now it does start from the top, but from the top down, they were one. And I think a lot of successful organizations are that way. And it's probably not going to ever be that way here in regards to the top down being one, but it's a right step in the direction for at least that locker room / coaching room to be one, because it was not last year. You had to have your head coach go into the defensive meetings like, hey dog, what's the deal here?
You said something. You said something though. Still, like, I think that Parker is about business, but it's not fake. It's not corny. I read people. So I'm just like, bro, being from the DMV, shout out to everybody in the DMV on this chat. Put a DMV. You know, I'm always shout my area out. Bruh, you know I'm always, hey, give me them eyes if you want to. But I bet you my people put their DMV in here. I love this area.
Y'all better not put DMV in there.
Hey, put DMV in every
chat. He will be shouting out Natchez, though. That's what's crazy.
He definitely do.
I shout out Natchez, but I don't never say
my people from my area come through.
Hey, put Natchez in the chat.
I don't never say put your Natchez in the chat.
Put your
Natchez in the chat with
one thing about us,
do it.
you cannot BS us. And brother, when I tell you, I was texting you on the chat like, man, just listen to him talk. He not on clown time, he not on joke time. But you said this guy's like, he will joke, he cracking a smile. But I feel like in his mind, I'm done talking. In his mind, Sky, he knows there's work to do. So he ain't trying to be talking with y'all. Why would he be watching? Why are we asking if he's watching? Bro. He probably already went through our whole roster and thought about what I need to be doing to get this thing turned around. He knows the job. We were the worst defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
No, he's not watching Hard Knocks. No, he's not.
He said these questions to me. Like, what was the point of that? Did you just freeze up? Do you think you're ready?
Yes.
He said, I'm ready.
Yes. Right. What else am I say?
No, I ain't ready, man.
I ain't ready, man. This shit happening fast.
Now, maybe as a journalist, that's your question to set up the follow-up, which was, well, why do you think you're ready? Just ask them. Just ask that question. Hey, you're a young defensive coordinator for the first time. You don't have a lot of history calling plays. You know, why do you think this is the time? This is the right time to be ready for this role. And he went into a good answer, but
I'm the shit.
Are you ready? What are you, Triple H? Of course he's ready. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fellas, I got one more clip, and I think the best quote of the press conference came from this clip. I believe it was John Machota or something. Shouts out to Collective. I don't even know what John Machota said. I think it was the third guy. It says, what's your approach to being a good teacher? This was hard, fellas. He said this.
I think you have to know the student first and foremost. You know,
I can really stop right there and Don DeMarco. Wait, that's the cuss button. Hold on, I can. And Don DeMarco. You got to know your student. You got to know who you're talking to, and this comes back to relatability. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I thought you was going somewhere.
Oh, please go ahead.
Let's go back to Flus.
Oh yeah, I was coming right back to Flus. Look, don't nobody relate to Flus. Nobody relate to Flus.
And he didn't want to know his students.
Flus wasn't taking them boys out to get pizza. You know what I'm saying? They was just, you know what I mean? But anyway, watch this. Hold on. The best quote coming. Watch this.
You have to know who you're talking to. What might hit one player's brain is going to hit different than another. So, you know, being thorough and being detailed, being very clear and concise in terms of your messaging and when to correct, when not to correct. You know, sometimes players got to touch the stove. You just want to do it in a controlled environment.
I'm using that with my son.
Let me tell you something,
buddy.
Savon Rivell got a lot of stuff to learn. It can't happen versus the Raiders. I got to teach him in a controlled environment, not just throw some shit out in the game and just try it to see what happens.
My God,
that's the quote of the whole press conference, dog. Sometimes you got to let them. What do you say? You got to cook the bread.
Let them touch the stove.
Correct.
Let them touch the stove.
You know, sometimes players got to touch the stove. You just want to do it in a controlled environment.
That's hard, man.
Bro, this might be an extremism, but as a parent, or at least as a young adolescent growing up, you had those parents who was like, look, I know your nut ass is gonna go out there and drink, right? Yeah. I don't really advocate for it. However,
but you got to drive and hit a mailbox.
No. Do it here.
Drink in the basement.
Do it here in a controlled environment. And when your ass get hungover and be like, that's the stove. Yeah. Don't do it no more.
I'm gonna say this still.
I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying I know some friends that their parents was like, I'll come over here and smoke. I'll come over here. But not my fan. No. Not my fan.
Hey, we do our little dance, right? We now, fellas, can know exactly what to pinpoint in this draft because he gave us so many gems and it wasn't fluff, man. Like for me, in the world I live in this draft life and the notes that we taking, I mean, I'm not like Voch. I still got to do this. I still got to write this crap out, right? But the notes that we take is here. I know Voch, he got his board, he typing it. I still write, right? We now know.
Voch still be writing too, right?
You do. No shots, Voch. Hey, Vachi.
Nah,
Hey,
I'm the type in that's me.
but in all seriousness though, y'all, I can say, man, like now we know, hey, that guy's not gonna work. That guy is. They have a high importance on it. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna sleep on this. I think Deron Bland may survive as a cornerback too. And Voch, you kind of open my eyes up to something.
What I say?
If we don't get Delane or McCoy, if we get wiped, we don't panic. We don't do something stupid like draft your 5th best corner or your 6th best corner, because in with this scheme,
take the running back at 12 and take the safety at 20.
You could do it,
and we'll go party. Scott don't like that, and we'll go party.
but I'm gonna tell you, if you handle free agency, you can.
See, Foots, he ain't been watching the collective.
Oh, never mind.
Scott been chilling. Scott been chilling.
I can't say that.
I'm gonna tell you, Scott been chilling. Scott been chilling until he knew what we needed to get. That's what I draft wise.
Boy, when y'all put me hip to the young man,
Jeremiah Love,
I said, look,
we can do it.
I ain't gonna hate it. You ain't gonna find me fighting it. I'm not gonna be all here crying about that at all.
No,
so,
no.
I do got a question for y'all before we wrap all this up. That I think is a good question. It's a good question. And in the chat too, y'all can participate if you will.
Did we watch Netflix?
We all back together.
Did y'all see the game? But nah, that's the man. I can't. hey, and Brad want to box you too, so you don't let this get out.
Why?
But why I oughta?
Brad want to fight us?
Brad no like nobody.
Get off my lawn. I love Brad though.
Y'all gotta follow Brad. Just go to replies. Just go look at
watch him fight people.
Look at him fight people all damn day on Twitter. So my question.
These dudes is stuck in 1980. Let me shut up.
Oh, not bro, Brad something, man. Brad something. Yeah. And he rolled around that damn wheelchair and cuss you out too. You're in my spot, you know. Get out of my spot. Right. Brad don't play no game.
Right.
So my question. With Christian Parker now coming here, and we kind of touched on it a little bit. We haven't really spoken about the current personnel outside of like corners, really.
Yeah.
What player that is on the perceived hot seat could benefit the most from the Christian Parker hire? I have a name in mind, but I'm curious to see if you guys bring that name up, or just in general, if it's someone else.
Malik Hooker? Maybe?
That's not the name I have in mind, but do tell.
No, I mean, I first of all, his life ain't guaranteed neither here. You know, if you want to retool this whole thing, get 3 more safeties for 2 high guys and 1 nickel box linebacker, we can do it. I just think that he was one of the guys that, like, you know, there's clips of him being mad because don't nobody else know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So if he's in a situation like maybe Malik look worse if everybody else don't know what to do. If Malik is in this situation in which totally replaceable, right? But if your cornerbacks get better because scheme got better, I could assume that Malik's job gets a little easier as opposed to what he was doing for Trey Diggs or whatever. But please, who's your
I worry about his range. I don't know if he has it anymore, but mine's is Maris Leofau.
Bro.
Sure.
But not in a traditional sense, though. I wonder, and this is just he could be completely wrong here, just a guess. I wonder if they bump him out as a rush guy, like a reserve rush guy.
Outside linebacker. Consistent.
Funny thing about it, Maris had one game where he
blitzing that Panther game
3 times. Got like 2
game.
pressures. Got 2 pressures in a second. He never played again till like victory formation when we lost.
They rush him again. He's a little small.
Yeah.
Right, but they're roughly 240. I don't even know if he's 240, like 235 or something. But as a reserve type guy, hey, Maris, put on about 5 to 10. Not even 10's a lot. Put on 5 to 7, and you'll be kind of our 6-man rush guy. Maybe not 6-man, but you're gonna our stand up. Because when he stands up, again, it's different rushing constantly from the outside as opposed to blitzing. But I know a lot of people are talking about Demo doing. I think he's better than Demo doing that. Demo as a blitzer. From the middle, cool. Demo blitzing on the outside, dealing with those tackles. I think that's Maris.
I want Demo playing that whatchamacallit role.
On weak side?
Weak side, or what's my man who was the linebacker that Philly had?
Nicole
but Bond. Yeah, that's the kind of the Bond. I want him kind of playing that Bond role. I know but Bond will be considered a Mike, so I don't know. Well, what's the Kobe to Mike?
Zach Bond.
Oh, Bond. Okay. Zach Bond.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting too. Like who I don't think we have the linebackers right now. Like Demo, again, he kind of got to look at him like he kind of doesn't exist either a little bit. He here, but people forget he on the last year his deal.
Last year's deal.
You know what I'm saying? And he only played one season roughly.
He's a good name. I'm gonna tell you my name still. Because Maris was going to be it's in that outside linebacker role, like you said, just play forward, not a lot of thinking, set a hard edge, and then cover at times. But you're half of the field in that cover 2, cover 6 deal. Here's where I'm at with it, y'all. Voch really opened my eyes to something, man. I really think that now Bland could possibly be saved at an outside corner 2. That doesn't mean that Dallas won't draft a corner. Doesn't mean that they won't attack one in free agency. But I just think with good DB coaches, and I'm not saying that Al Harris or those guys weren't, or whoever was coaching them last year weren't, but you can tell it's like the type of guys that they've brought in this corner, in this DB room, oh, you're gonna get coached up. Now, if you can do it, that's enough. And that's what I want people to understand. That's what we're saying. You're going to get coached up, told what to do. If you can't make the plays, then that's a whole another show conversation. But I think that everything was left to chance last year, and that won't be the case. He talked about it. We'll have our plan on 3rd and 2, which won't be a great one because we're at 3rd and 2, but we want to get them in advantageous situations to where we can attack and we can play a certain way. There will not be a lot of catching. There will not be a lot of you 20 yards off the ball. And, it'll be an attacking defense with scheme. So I'm going to say Bland still. I think that Bland can be, but I don't like. I'm gonna say this too. I don't want Bland playing a nickel. I think that you need to go out and try to get you that nickel safety deal. Who's gonna do some of that stuff?
So my concern with Bland is more foot related.
Yeah.
Like if Bland can come back 100%, no problems with the foot, I feel a lot better with Bland. But it was clear, 2024 coming back from injury, he was not fully recovered. It was clear this year that the foot was bothering him, hence why he had to get the surgery. Because he even came out after the season said it. The foot was bothering me. Yeah. So if that foot is, and it's a foot, that's the problem.
At a speed position.
That just bugs me, bro. I can't get over. I hope, I think the talent is there with Bland. I think it's the health. So I have to cover my bases there. So if I come out of the draft or free agency, I have to come out of the draft, I should say this, or free agency with a corner somehow, somewhere.
We're gonna take a few questions in the chat there. I just kind of dropped the little situation out there in everybody's chat. So we just looking out for y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Aguilar says, "Are we keeping Clark, like Kenny Clark?" Like, hell yeah. Like, why would you?
He makes this go.
Yeah, I don't really see they're very adamant about that. I think they'll have to do something with the monies, but
yeah. Do y'all think Kalen Carson gets a boost from this thing?
He doesn't exist. No,
I'm moving forward. No, God, you have to move forward as if Kalen Carson don't exist.
Yeah, he'll I think the better coaching. Yeah, I think, but I'm not like, we got Kalen Carson. We're good at let's not draft or sign a corner. Like Kalen Carson is my cornerback 4, hopefully, or 5 type thing.
Honestly, bro, and look, we appreciate y'all for all the questions that y'all gonna ask. I think personnel about to get retooled. Totally retooled. Like somebody, G. Bryant just asked about Josh Butler. Man, who? You know what I'm saying? Like Christian Parker finna come in here and purge that whole situation and flip it to his liking, bro. So these guys that like Dallas may like, the scouts in them just been compiling over these Isaiah Lands, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, these people ain't safe.
They don't. They should not affect anything. The cupboard, I wouldn't call it bare because your DT room and a couple, there's the Rockoos and the Revels of the world, but the canvas is pretty scarce. So he can come in here and do his Bob Ross. He can paint his own thing because it's not like previous years where you got a Terrell Basham holdover or you got Donovan Wilson holdover and you got a couple of these 2-3 year deals they might have signed on cheap deals from years past where you got to figure out how to fit these guys. There's not a lot of dudes that you have to figure something out with. You got Osa, good ones. These are good players. The Osa, the Kenny Clarks, and the Quinnens, right? Is Rocco, you don't really count those. Those are good players. Any scheme you want to figure this thing out. everything else outside of the young guy and Revel,
Yeah.
it's kind of, hey man, what you want here.
What you want, bro?
Do what you want to do here because there's nothing there that's forcing me to stop you from doing it.
Somebody just asked about bringing Sam Williams back. Man,
He's out.
I'm good.
please.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, you got any more questions for us? Because I got one.
Is
I'm on my end.
is Kenny Clark the nose tackle? Quinn Williams. Go ahead.
So I got a question for y'all. When we talk about guys on this team right now, is there one person who won't benefit from this? Like, I think we've talked about the positive, but I actually do have a name.
I'm curious.
Oso Digizua. I don't know.
Also, will not benefit.
Here's where I'm at.
Okay.
I think
He is
that
interesting because his
I
stature is.
I think there you go, Scott. I think that he's gonna come in here. He's gonna see Kenny Clark. He's gonna see Quinnen. He's gonna go get it in free agency. He's gonna he's gonna look at Osa like, what's really the need? Especially like it was so many times where I felt like they was just playing Osa at times just to play him. And
Really?
it's like, bruh, man, I like Osa, but like Kenny's just better.
Osa got a lot of pressures last year. He was like top something.
But he did Voch.
Also a good player. Is
he better than Quinnen? Like I just feel like
Kenny, no, I don't.
I don't.
Not,
Feel like
but honestly, I don't think that matters. I don't think Osa's money matters at all when it comes to pecking order of these guys. You just the third best dude, but I think we need those guys.
It don't matter, right? It don't matter anymore because it happened. Mm-hmm. But when they did sign the deal, it's like, boy, you like I would have got Milton Williams. I thought he was better. Like
that's a good example too.
Bread and go get a better dude. And
he
that's
showed this year.
Knock on Osa. I think Osa's a fine enough player, but I don't want to get your monies right. But in this world of, all right, what could I do with that bread to go? Because that's what they always like to do. We don't got enough money. All right, we don't got to. Well, if you would have took that 20 and put it with, whoever else you wildly paid and went and got, you'd been cool. So Osa's here. There's water under the bridge. I don't think they're going to trade him. I'd be shocked. So, but that's an interesting one because last year I thought he was going to thrive in Eberflus's attack scheme. Mm-hmm. This year he's probably going to be more 5-tech 4-eye type. It depends what type of front, and that responsibility is not always just get up and penetrate the gaps, right? It's keep guys clean, edge control, So can he do it? I'm sure, but that's a good one. That's a good one.
I just imagine Osa, like you mentioned Milton Williams that last year in Philly when they won the Super Bowl or whatever. It's like, yeah, Jalen Carter's the main guy. And, you got your Jordan Davis doing big guy stuff over there. And Milton to just kind of show up and just whoop ass wherever. You know what I mean? Like Osa's going to have to find his role as the third dude. And we just going to have to not look at his money. We just got 3 expensive defensive tackles. It is what it is. But I think when you trying to win like the Super Bowl or whatever, dog, you just need as many dudes that can play.
It's not a bad thing in any way, Voch. Like
it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem.
It's a bad problem. I don't think Osa's a bad player. You're just saying
you got to be on the sideline for a little bit.
I'm saying it fits schematically.
You're saying it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
You know who? A guy we didn't. Perrion Winfrey. I don't know if he's under contract, but he'd be a fantastic 5-tech type of guy.
Yes, the body type,
all this shit. Perrion, everything in this damn.
Yeah, I would love to bring him back. And I wonder if he'd look at that. But look at the Philly line a few years ago. You talked about it, Voch, 3 guys. The difference is all 3 of those guys were playing on rookie contracts, but they had the Jalen, I think they might even have 4. I think Ojomo was one of them too. Milton and Davis. So they had a plethora of guys up there.
Yeah, some jokers, man.
Let's see if I got any.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm looking around.
Sign DJ Reader for nose tackle. I just can't see them investing any more money in nose tackle right now or in defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying?
If you need one more big dude, they're gonna find a way to keep Toia active. Use him, but I don't see Toia getting active all that much. You got so much other stuff you need.
Yeah. Any in your chat, Foots?
No, I'm good, man. I can't wait to actually listen back to this. This was good.
This is really good, man.
Blankenship or Minka? Is that a real question?
Come on, man.
Minka.
Look, we're excited about Blankenship because he's better than what we got. But Minka's a guy.
Let's not get crazy.
I wouldn't even use the term excited. He's a
Yeah,
name because he has connections to CP.
He's a name to mention. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited about possibly
of Minka.
getting Minka. Yeah.
I
And
think
you know what? It's always like a fifth round pick that'll do it. We got them picks. We got them.
I think you can probably, he's on the last year, so he's not going to garner a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Reed Blankenship thing is more so bridge player.
Yeah.
Like, this could be a fantastic question. Would you rather, ain't that a game y'all play? Shout out to Crown Global Media.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather Reed Blankenship as a bridge safety or Malik Hooker as a bridge safety?
Blankenship probably knows the scheme better. So if you want to keep scheme
He's had
continuity,
success in the scheme.
Not
last year, but previous.
Yes, you would want him teaching the young people the language and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit. So yeah. And plus, another thing about this safety room, just retooling, it ain't just about Malik and Donovan Wilson. I don't know if Marquise Bell has a place here for real. Like
Yes,
Coach said he was there though. So
man, I don't know.
Hey, you can show up all you want.
You could be around. Talking about if you're looking for versatile safeties that can do all things, in my mind, what that meant was if you were safety that's good at one thing, then your ass is out of here. And that's Marquise.
I wonder if bro tapped back into his linebacker. Now he was tiny at linebacker, but
that might have been lift some weight.
Yeah.
Ain't going in the safety room.
How big is Campbell? I forget how much he was coming out. Alabama.
Campbell was bigger.
What is 6'4", like 240, 250?
Yeah, a little bigger.
Yeah, big boy. Because he got the height. His frame is just slim. He's slender.
The problem with Bell was he was light.
Yeah, but he had the temperament. He has the temperament. He just doesn't have the size.
No, he's a safety, just not.
But
for
you're
us.
right, Voch. Does he fit too? Like this safety room needs overall.
Yeah,
we cannot play about. Don't ask me about safety because I'll go trade for Minka and I'm drafting Downs or Thieneman or don't play with me. I'll take them all. But
just safety in general. Looking at the Cowboys roster now, like I think Wanye and like Elijah Clark are versatile enough to do multiple things.
Yeah.
But boy,
he might be a free agent too.
Well, if he don't get re-signed for $38, then he would be. But man, I'm a box safety and that's it, guys.
Nah, that's over. And that's what I said. Thieneman is gonna be in play. I tweeted that out. Because I think people are enamored with Downs, but if you get wiped there, you don't panic. Especially if I think both of these picks will be defensive guys. Schotty kind of jumped in and unless Jeremiah Love staring at you and you did what you're supposed to do in free agency. The key is doing what you're supposed to do in free agency. Just setting a floor. I saw a lot of people like, I wouldn't want Chubb. I'm like, I would. I'd be fine with Bradley Chubb because you need to set a floor in the defensive end room too. And so if you set the floor, even if you set the floor in the safety room, like you said, Sky, still draft one. Make it a strength. Go in. To me, the goal is to get to 15. You're not trying to be the best defensive unit in the league. If you can get to 20, this offense is going to cook. If you can get to,
but I want them to have the mentality of trying to be, because that means you're going to go after guys that try to do it. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you fall in the stars, right? Like that type of thing. In regards to the Chubb, I haven't talked about this publicly. Y'all have. I'd prefer Clowney over him. Like I'd prefer him. And I'm still going through. I talked to you guys about it. I think in the chat about I'm a big free agent guy. Y'all do the draft and we come together and we combine the thing. There's some edges, not a whole lot, but there's some better edges. Not to say a whole lot. There are a good amount. I think I prefer. I'll say that. To Bradley. That's one of my guys. I think if I can get Oweh as a stand-up guy too, I'd prefer him. But again, y'all said this. Voch said it. Yeah. Chubb for $38, sure.
It depends on the money for me. It depends on the money for me. If Bradley Chubb ain't doing nothing else, but he goes, I'll take $38. Yeah, come on.
But if you tell me I can't get this better player because of Bradley Chubb, no, thank you.
I'll take Carl Lawson right now. How I feel about this damn team.
I saw you was recruiting on him last year, and he's like, "Hey, nah, man, you got what he say? You got to believe in Izaraku.
God is good, dog." He said something.
We gonna pray about it.
He said the Lord got us prayer hand, whatever he said. He said, I said that boy,
God bless your family, God bless your lives, God bless.
Hey man, I miss y'all. I mean, we talk every
Oh,
day.
man.
We all
I miss this though.
this
Yeah,
right
doing
here.
this.
We talk, but this thing right here that we do is special, man. It's
Nah,
special.
that's crazy.
We peaked out at like 1,800 people watching live or something.
Man,
That's crazy work.
We did our
man, shouts out to y'all. Ooh, Franklin Myers is a good name too. Shouts out to y'all that came through on this impromptu live stream. I already know what y'all gonna be saying. I gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. We gonna figure it out.
I don't really go live a lot. Yeah, so
I haven't went live a lot either, but we gonna figure it out. Voch
We'll get
busy,
to it.
man. Voch killing it with crowdglobal.com, radio hits, doing his own thing. Voch a busy month these days, so when we can get bro in here, we gonna get him in here.
Hey man,
Yeah,
we
man.
working, man. You know, Foot's gonna call me tomorrow and be like, yo, Voch, can you work this Sunday? And one day I'm gonna have to wake up at 6 a.m. to work with Sky, man.
All right.
Man, because y'all my God. I actually had a fun thought to myself that if y'all was here in Dallas, you're not, but if y'all was here in Dallas, that we would have did like a press conference watch party at the house. Like I was gonna cook some food, get some snacks, and drink and watch
He
Christian
ain't lying.
Park go crazy on the TV. That'd have been cool.
I've been to those type of gatherings many a times. He ain't lying.
Especially like the way he talked. Come on, man.
You better
That
tell
was
him what's
crazy.
going on over here, Scott.
I
Hey,
always
man.
bring up this story when you walked me through your operation
Yeah.
with the the weapons.
Yeah.
Voch don't play. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man. There's this portion of my house. If anybody tried to hurt me, you know what I'm saying. There's this portion where I can see them and they can't see me, and I got this light where they can't see if I shine it. And boy, they'll give me a medal for keeping the neighborhood safe, man.
No, it was John Wick. I'm not lying, bro. I mean, you go look at the recording. Dun, 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 dun.
Wait till I get my night vision, Scott. You know, so I got some night vision goggles I'm trying to get. Wait till I get them.
You wild, bro. Night vision, they gonna turn that light on. You're gonna be blind, man.
Then I'll take them off and I'll switch to my
Oh,
other.
you right. All right.
other
See,
operation.
he already got it ready. He already got it ready, man.
I love y'all boys to pieces, man.
Yeah, that was a
Love you
heater,
too.
fella. Man,
Love y'all
like,
chat.
man.
This was awesome. Run this back, man. Make sure this is the most important thing. Like the stream, right? Like that. That's our, as you call it, digital currency. But share it. There are a lot of people that don't get a chance to watch it as we want live. So share this thing so we can run these numbers up. And we'll be back.
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't
be back.
win, but we'll be back.
Hey, man, we love y'all, bros.
Scott, when do you do videos so that the people in my chat can know because some people may think you at old company still. You know what I'm saying?
No. Skywalker's Still Unleashed is the new channel. You got to hit the bell. It's random times at this point.
You don't know when you go.
You don't know when I'm going to go live. I don't know when I'm going to drop a video. I do a show with the Sky 2I show with Aisha. Shouts out to Aisha Morrison, aka 2I. We do that weekly. So it's all on the Skywalker Still Unleashed channel, not the other people.
The other joint. And Foots, tell my people where to find your stuff. And when
Hey,
you do things.
It's the king. I'm knee deep in draft work, and then me and Sky do Cowboys Collective together every week. And then, bro, I mean, just draft work, and then on Twitter I post a bunch of crazy stuff. But we love y'all boys, man. Like we could not do this without y'all, and the fact y'all showed up on a random Tuesday after a press conference like this, crazy work.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
Yeah. Hey
As
man,
I
we
said.
love y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. And we'll we ain't got an outro. We'll just do it again.
We do.
I lied.
And look, I just left the gym. I've been fasting all day. I'm about to eat.
Come on, man. We out of here, man. Voch Lombardi, Foots the King, Skywalker Still. Peace.